My ex brought his mom to ruin me in court. Then his grandma played a recording for the judge. My ex walked into family court like he'd already won. New suit, expensive lawyer, and his mom sitting up front like she was the star witness. She's hated me since day one, and still calls me the girl who trapped her son. My stomach was in knots, because I knew they'd rehearsed. For weeks, he'd been poking at me in texts, trying to make me look unstable, and I was scared the judge would buy it. What none of them knew was that for the past 8 months, I'd been working part-time at Sunset Manor, the nursing home where his 92-year-old grandma lived. I took the job for money, and because the hours fit around the kids. Most of his family acted like I didn't exist after the divorce, but Grandma Patricia was always kind. She'd ask about the kids, slip me a $20 for snacks, and tell me to keep my chin up. Everyone talked around her like she was furniture, but she was sharp. She listened, remembered, and watched. I started noticing things during my shifts. My ex would visit and talk about court right in front of her like she couldn't understand. He'd stand near her window on speakerphone with his mom and say stuff like, "Don't worry, I'll make her look crazy." His mom would answer, "Stick to the story." His sister even came by once and joked about what words to use so the judge would get scared. Grandma Patricia would just sit there, quiet, eyes open, taking it all in. The day before the hearing, she asked me to stay after my shift. Her roommate was out, so it was just us and the low hum of the hallway lights. She pulled a thick vanilla envelope from her nightstand and said, "Honey, they're planning to lie about you, and I won't let them." Inside were printed emails between my ex and his mom, talking about making up stories about my mental health. There were screenshots of him texting old college friends, asking for fake character letters and offering to pay them. There were messages from his sister, coaching people on what to say so I'd sound unsafe. I felt sick reading it. Then Grandma tapped her old iPhone and said, "There's more." She'd recorded him in her room when he thought she was asleep. In the audio, he practiced lines about me being drunk around the kids, neglecting them, and having episodes. Then he said, clear as day, "I just need to sound convincing. The judge won't check everything. Mom's testimony will seal it, and then I won't have to pay support." My hands started shaking. Grandma covered my hand with hers and said, "Your kids deserve the truth." I brought everything to my lawyer that night. He didn't smile once as he read. He just said, "Okay, we'll use this the right way." The next morning, my ex texted, "Big day, try not to embarrass yourself." I didn't reply. I walked into court feeling like I might throw up anyway. In the hallway outside the courtroom, his mom kept whispering to him and pointing at me. He gave me this little smirk like he'd already picked out my defeat. I kept my eyes down, counted my breaths, and reminded myself I had the truth in my bag. His lawyer went first and tore into me. He painted me as unstable and careless. He showed photos and a neat little timeline of my breakdown. Then his mom took the stand and performed like she'd practiced for weeks. She spoke slow and sweet, cried on cue, and said her son was the only stable parent. The judge was taking notes. My throat felt tight and my ears rang. When she stepped down, my lawyer stood up and said, "Your Honor, we'd like a rebuttal witness." The judge asked, "Who?" My lawyer said, "Patricia Henderson, the defendant's grandmother." I watched my ex's face freeze. His mom's head snapped around. A nursing aide wheeled Grandma Patricia in. She looked small, but her eyes were clear. She adjusted her glasses and said, "Your Honor, I raised my grandson. I'm ashamed of what he's doing. He coached witnesses and planned lies, and I have proof." The bailiff helped her hand over the envelope. The judge read the emails and texts, then put on headphones for the recording. My ex started whispering fast to his lawyer. His lawyer's face tightened. His mom stared at the floor. The judge took off the headphones and looked right at my ex. "This court does not accept fabricated stories or coached testimony," she said. "Primary custody goes to the mother today. Your visits will be supervised until further notice, and this evidence is being referred for investigation." My ex tried to speak, but the judge cut him off. "Sit down." The gavel hit, and my knees almost gave out. Now his mom is saying I set him up with that recording. Was I wrong?